Picture this. You're out for an adventure or maybe just heading to a job site, and the road ahead is nothing but mud and ruts. You're driving your truck down a muddy trail, feeling the excitement of the challenge ahead, but also a bit of worry about what lies around the next bend. Suddenly, your wheels start to spin. The mud is deeper than you thought. The tires sink, and before you know it, the truck won't move an inch. You hit the gas, hoping to power through, but nothing happens. The engine revs, but you're stuck. Really stuck. The more you try to drive out, the deeper you sink. Each attempt just digs you in further, making escape seem impossible. This is a problem many drivers face, whether you're an off-roader chasing adventure or a worker tackling tough job sites. Mud doesn't care who you are. It can trap anyone. Getting stuck wastes precious time and can even be dangerous, especially if you're far from help or cell service. It's frustrating and sometimes a little scary. Even strong trucks and heavy winches sometimes just can't pull a vehicle out. The mud's grip can overpower even the best equipment. The weight of your vehicle and the sucking power of the mud combine to make it feel impossible to break free. It's like the earth itself is holding you hostage. You might think you need bigger, stronger equipment or a whole crew of people to help. It's easy to feel overwhelmed in these moments, but there's a clever tool that can help: a snatch block. It's a simple device, but it can make a world of difference. It's small, lightweight, and easy to carry, yet it can turn a tough, exhausting job into something manageable, even solo. This tool isn't magic, but it uses smart physics, multiplying your pulling power and changing the direction of force to solve big problems that brute strength alone can't handle. In the world of dirty jobs and tough recoveries, sometimes brains really do beat brawn. Knowing the right technique can make all the difference. So, when you're in a sticky spot, remember, having the right trick up your sleeve can save the day, and maybe even your adventure. Let's start with the basics. Simple machines are the building blocks of all the complex tools and devices we use today. They're the clever inventions that help us do more with less effort. And one of the most important of these is the pulley. A pulley is one of the oldest simple machines known to humans, dating back thousands of years. It's a device that has stood the test of time because of its simplicity and effectiveness. At its core, a pulley is just a wheel with a groove carved around its edge. This groove is designed to hold a rope, cable, or even a chain securely in place as it moves. You simply run a rope or cable through the groove, and suddenly, you've created a tool that can help you move things that would otherwise be impossible to lift or shift on your own. But this simple design does something amazing. It transforms your effort, making it possible to lift or pull heavy objects that would be far too difficult to move by hand. When you pull on one side of the rope, the wheel spins smoothly, and the object attached to the other end of the rope moves in response. This means you can use your own strength much more efficiently. The pulley allows you to redirect your force, making it easier to control heavy loads and move them exactly where you want them to go. Pulleys help you change the direction of force. Instead of lifting straight up, which can be awkward and tiring, you can pull down or even sideways, depending on how the pulley is set up. That means you can pull down to lift something up, using your body weight and gravity to your advantage. This makes lifting much easier and safer. That's easier for your body, reducing strain on your muscles and joints. It's a smarter, more ergonomic way to get tough jobs done. It's smarter than just pulling straight up, and it can make a huge difference when you're working alone or with limited help. But pulleys do more than just change direction. When you combine several pulleys together in a system, you can multiply your strength even further. With the right setup, a single person can move loads that would normally require a whole team. This is especially useful in rescue situations or construction. This is called mechanical advantage. By adding more pulleys, you spread the weight out and make the load feel lighter. It's a fancy term, but it just means you get more power out than you put in. You can move something heavy with surprisingly little effort. People have used pulleys for thousands of years to build pyramids, raise sails on mighty ships, and even rescue stuck trucks from muddy roads. From ancient construction sites to modern-day adventures, pulleys have always been there to help us do the heavy lifting. It's proof that a small idea can make a big difference. The humble pulley shows us that sometimes the simplest solutions are the most powerful of all. When it comes to lifting or moving heavy objects, pulleys are some of the most useful tools you can find. There are two main types of pulleys, fixed and moving. Each works in a unique way to help us do tough jobs more easily. A fixed pulley is attached to something solid, like a sturdy tree or a steel beam. It stays in one place and does not move along with the load. When you pull on the rope, the load rises upward. The main advantage here is that the fixed pulley changes the direction of your pull, so you can pull down to lift something up. However, it doesn't actually reduce the amount of force you need to use. You still have to lift the full weight. A moving pulley, on the other hand, works differently. In this setup, the pulley itself is attached to the load and moves along with it as you pull. When you pull the rope, both the pulley and the object rise together. This spreads your effort over a longer length of rope, making the load feel lighter and easier to lift. With a moving pulley, you gain what's called a mechanical advantage. This means you can lift heavier objects using the same amount of effort you'd use to lift something much lighter with just your hands. But what if you need even more lifting power? That's where the block and tackle comes in. By combining several fixed and moving pulleys together, you create a system that multiplies your strength even further. This setup allows you to move extremely heavy loads with surprisingly little effort. The more pulleys you add, the greater the mechanical advantage, making it possible for a single person to lift or move objects that would otherwise be impossible. For centuries, sailors have used block and tackle systems to raise sails and cargo. Builders have lifted heavy materials to great heights, and rescue workers have relied on them to save lives in challenging situations. The more pulleys you add, the easier the job becomes. However, the system also becomes more complex to set up and operate, requiring careful planning and attention. For many tough jobs, a snatch block offers a simpler solution. It's a special type of pulley that can be quickly added to a winch line, instantly doubling your pulling power and making recovery tasks much more manageable. A snatch block is a special kind of pulley. It's built for tough work, like pulling out stuck vehicles or lifting heavy logs. The design is rugged and easy to use. The wheel is set inside a strong metal frame. The frame opens up so you can snatch the winch cable into place without threading the whole line through. What makes the snatch block special is its split side or swinging cheek. You don't have to take your winch line apart. Just open the block, slide the cable into the groove, and close it up. That saves time and makes things safer when you're working in mud, snow, or rain. Snatch blocks are made to handle big loads. They can turn the pulling direction or double the force of your winch. This makes them perfect for recovery work. Off-roaders, tow truck drivers, and construction crews all keep one handy. It's a small tool with a big impact. Easy to use, hard to break, and smart by design. Here's where the snatch block really shines. If you run your winch line through a snatch block and attach the block to the stuck vehicle, something amazing happens. The pulling power of your winch is doubled. This is because the load is split between two sections of the cable. Imagine you're pulling a 4,000-pound truck with your winch. Normally, all that force is on one part of the cable. With a snatch block, the winch pulls on one side, and the other side is anchored. The cable shares the work, so the winch only has to pull half as hard. This is called mechanical advantage. By using the snatch block, you make your winch twice as strong. It's like having a helping hand, even when you're alone in the mud. It's simple physics at work. The snatch block takes the force you apply and uses it twice, making tough jobs much easier. There's a catch. When you use a snatch block to double your pulling power, you lose speed. The winch has to pull twice as much cable to move the truck the same distance. In other words, you trade speed for strength. If you need to move a stuck truck just a few feet, this isn't a big deal. But if you are pulling for a long distance, it will take more time. The winch will run slower, but it will do the job safely and with less chance of breaking. This trade-off is part of the physics. You can't get something for nothing. If you want more force, you have to give up some speed. That's the rule with all simple machines. Smart workers know this and plan ahead. In muddy or dangerous spots, safety and power are more important than speed. Let's see how this works in real life. Imagine a rescue crew helping a Jeep stuck deep in a forest trail. The mud is thick, and the winch alone can't pull the Jeep free. The driver sets up a snatch block on a sturdy tree nearby. The winch line is run through the snatch block, then back to the Jeep. Now the winch pulls on both sides of the cable. The force is doubled. The tires slowly rise out of the mud. Inch by inch, the Jeep moves forward. The snatch block turns a tough rescue into a safe success. This isn't just for off-roaders. Construction teams use snatch blocks to move heavy equipment. Firefighters use them in rescue operations. Any job that needs strong controlled pulling can use this tool. The snatch block is a real-world hero, turning impossible tasks into possible ones. With great power comes great responsibility. Winch cables can be dangerous. When they stretch under heavy load, they store a lot of energy. If a cable snaps, it can whip back like a giant rubber band. This can cause serious injuries or even death. That's why safety is always first. Workers use heavy gloves and never stand near a loaded cable. They place a heavy blanket or damper over the cable. If the cable breaks, the blanket slows it down, reducing the risk of injury. It's also important to check the snatch block and winch before use. Look for cracks, rust, or damage. Use the right size block and cable for the load. Never try to pull more than the equipment is rated for. A little caution goes a long way. The smartest workers always respect the power they're using. The snatch block is just one chapter in the long story of pulleys. People have used pulleys for thousands of years. Ancient builders lifted huge stones with ropes and wheels. Sailors raised sails and loaded cargo. Today, workers recover vehicles from mud, pull logs, and rescue people using the same basic ideas. Pulleys remind us that simple machines can solve big problems. They turn hard work into smart work. Tools like the snatch block show the power of human creativity. When faced with a tough job, we find a way, using a little physics and a lot of grit. In every dirty job, the right tool makes all the difference. The snatch block is a simple, clever, and powerful reminder that sometimes the solution is just a wheel and a rope away.